Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Motivational Mondays. My name is Eric F. King, and we are super excited to be here with you once again, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Every Monday, we are here. Today, I have Zan Anagru here. We have Leah Garcia and Annie Asong. And we have an incredible topic for you today. You know, a lot of times when you get on calls like this, people tell you, what you need to do to be successful, and it's all positive, right? It's all positive. Today, we're going to talk about, when things aren't so positive, right? When things are negative in your business and in your life, because some of you may not even have a business, but you experience it. So today, we're going to talk about what to do when you are tired, discouraged, and just ready to quit. Okay, because if you are an entrepreneur, you've definitely gone through this. And if you haven't, guess what? You will. You will, right? You will. Because it's just really part of being an entrepreneur and part of life, right? Sometimes we just want to quit on whatever it is in life, right? So today we're gonna dive right in. So definitely, first of all, let us know where you are, where you're zooming in from. So put it in the chat. Say hi from wherever you are, and we will definitely shout you out. And then also think about questions that you can ask us, and put that in the chat as well. And then all you have to do is put the word question, and then type out your question, and we will answer them for you. We already see a lot of people jumping in from all over the world, and I'm gonna get to you in a second. All right, so let's get to our first speaker. Our first speaker, who hails from California, where it is 4:04 in the morning, and she is here bright and early for you. She doesn't have to be here. She's very successful in her business, but she made it, right? She made it to share some valuable wisdom for you. All right. So she is known as the Dynasty Builder because she helps people create dynasties, right? Some people just want to go to work and get a paycheck, and that's great. But she helps you with way more than that, right? She shows you how to make money, how to invest money, how to build generational wealth, right? So you definitely want to pick up her ebook about that. And aside from that, she's also a third-degree black belt in martial arts. What's the importance of that? Well, today, what are we talking about? What do you do when you're tired, discouraged, ready to quit? A lot of people in martial arts quit early. They quit at the white belt. At the white belt, at the first belt, right? But she went all the way to the black belt and 3 degrees into that. So she definitely is qualified to be here today. So without further ado, let's go out to California to hear from Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric, for the collaboration. We're going to talk about being discouraged and feeling bad and tired, but I'm not any of those. I am on fire right now. And they say if you set yourself on fire, people will come around to watch you burn. Listen, we are here to bring you the fire. You didn't get up at 2:30 to bring you rainbows and puppy dogs. I came here to give you the real deal. So we're going to take a deep dive. What do you do when you're discouraged? Listen, you're champions. If you're on this course, because you're a champion. So I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets. But listen, we are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs is not for pansies. You don't build a dynasty by accident. You build it by design. We're entrepreneurs. We are built differently. We think differently. We see opportunities differently. We see obstacles differently. We bet on ourselves, even though obstacles look great. We are the people that everyone thinks are crazy. But listen, crazy people rule the world. Who else is getting this? Listen, you got to keep going no matter what. I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets. So number 1, slow down to speed. When you're feeling discouraged, exhausted, and frustrated, and ready to burn the whole thing down, stop. Take a breath, some water, an apple, take a walk, and sunshine. I mean this literally. Sometimes we're feeling so much in our head, we just got to get away. We got to slow down. We got to go on the beach. We got to have a meditation. Like, listen, if you just slow down, then you can start to see things clearer. Don't make decisions when you're emotional. That's what most people do. They get emotional and they say, forget it, I'm on a boat, come back, get in the job. Listen, then people straight up. You don't hear you started one day and you had a crowd and you're in your glory. No, there's corruption, there's adversity. That's the way it is. You have to expect the adversity. Number two, stop listening to yourself and start talking to yourself. This one is so huge. We have all of those negative things running around our head. Some of us are allowing this to have free rent in our head, and it's called what? The people in our head talking to ourselves. Stop listening to yourself and start talking to yourself. This is one thing. You got to have something in your pocket that you're going to say to yourself. This is something I tell my grandson, 7 years old. I'm a champion, and champions do hard things. You're a champion. You're here in the morning, and you got things that are hard today. It's because you're a champion. It's those small things that build you the giant you. Listen, I got a bill and I paid it. No stress. I remember when bill used to get sent to a tailspin. Maybe you guys don't know that, but I've been there. Your mind is a negative. Don't let negative thoughts come in and start collecting it. Number three, this one is so huge. You got to honor it. You got to start. This is your $2 million. When you're feeling helpless, get helpful. My great mentor in my legs, when you're feeling discouraged, frustrated, and bad, a lot of times I focus on myself. Listen, if I was thinking about myself, I'd still be in bed right now. I got up and I'm thinking of all of you. I'm thinking of you, Coach K. I'm thinking of you, Eric Doby. I want to bring value. We're here to be entrepreneurs, and most of us came here to be service. But then we get discouraged because things aren't going right for us. Listen, if you're feeling helpless, be helpful. Make a call. Send a thank you card, right, Eric? Give somebody a value. Connect somebody with something. Have a conversation with somebody. Sometimes we're so thinking that things have to be so big, and sometimes the biggest change is that tiny little thing. Little things lead to big opportunities. That's what my precious said to me the other day. So listen, we are champions. If you're quitting, if quitting was the answer, you'd already be. You'd already. So sometimes it's getting around people to remind you who you are. And I'll leave you with this with one of my favorite quotes by Calvin Coolidge. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Listen, champion, you're here. You're early in the morning. You're the one in your family that's supposed to change your family's life forever. So now's not the time to stop. You need to start getting going, make the momentum, make a difference, make the day. With that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. What a way to kick it off this morning. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Look, we got so much value in the first 10 minutes already, and we still got like 15 minutes to go. Thank you so much, Queen Leah. And welcome to the call, everybody. I see you, Wyma. Good to see you. Eric Doby is in the house. Good to see you. Let's see. We got Harumi from Columbus, Indiana is here. We have Natasha from West Virginia. Okay, welcome. Kimberly Wells, all the way from Thailand. Good to see you. We have Coral from England. We have Aurelio. I'm not sure where you're zooming in from, but appreciate all of you. Definitely put in the chat where you are zooming in from today. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep the excitement and the momentum going. All right, so our second speaker hails from Nigeria in West Africa, and he is helping people all over the world. And you know what he talks about definitely applies to our topic today, because a lot of times, it's easy to be negative when your business isn't going well, or when things aren't going well in your business or in your life, right? We're not just talking about business here, in your life, right? And you have to stay positive. And how do you do that? Well, I have found an expert to teach you about that. He's literally one of the best in the world at teaching people how to stay positive. They call him Mr. Positive Energy, and today he's going to share his positive energy with us. So Zion and Naguru, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. Again, it's always a privilege to be here and to share the stage with world-class speakers, like I said, and my colleagues in here. When I saw the topic, I was like, boom, this is right on time because many persons out there will need to hear about this. Because at the end of the day, whether you like it or you don't like it, there are some days you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel discouraged, you're going to feel like giving up. If you've ever felt this before, I want to drop in the comments I have. If you ever felt this feeling before, you felt tired, you felt discouraged, you feel like giving up as an entrepreneur, just type in the comment I have. Because when we talk about this topic, it's not just for some certain persons, it's for everyone, even for us who are speakers who are coming here to speak to you. We are talking from our own personal experiences. We are talking from what we've learned. So it's not just based on head knowledge. It's based on what we have experienced firsthand. Because being tired, being discouraged, you feel like giving up. Sorry, it's part of the journey. And you must understand that you are not different if you feel like this. It doesn't mean you are weak. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. It does not mean that you're not good enough. It is just part of the journey to have this feeling. But then, sorry, it's another thing to have this feeling, but it's another thing for you to use this feeling as a catalyst in moving forward, in moving ahead, and making the impact you want to make. So what do I do personally? When I feel tired, when I feel discouraged, when I feel like giving up, the first thing I do, wow, sorry about that. It's as a Christian entrepreneur, one thing I do is I pray. It's first my priority. I pray. I bring God factor into it. I would have kept this for the last, but no, I have to put this first. Why? Because it's one of the most important things that I do as a Christian entrepreneur. Being a Christian is beyond just the title Christian. I apply it to my business. It's what makes me grow, what makes me grounded, what makes me stay put and grow continuously in my business. So when I feel tired, when I feel discouraged, when I feel like giving up, I talk to God in prayers. I talk to God in prayers because He knows all things. He is the Alpha, He is the Omega. He has the solution to all problems. So what I do as a Christian entrepreneur is I bring it before the Father. I talk to God about it. And talking to God about it, there's idea, there's solution, and I tend to move forward to do what I need to do. So aside talking to God, the other thing I do is I evaluate what I do. A lot of people will live in denial or being tired, being discouraged, feel like giving up, we live in denial. But no, critically and objectively evaluate your life, evaluate yourself. Being tired doesn't just happen overnight. Something is causing you to be tired. Something is causing you to be discouraged. Something is causing you to feel like giving up. So the ability for you to evaluate your life, evaluate your business, evaluate your relationship, evaluate your life holistically is very, very important. So I ask myself, why am I feeling tired? A lot of people, you feel tired, but you never ask yourself why you're feeling tired. Why am I discouraged? What is happening in my life that is making me have this feeling of discouragement, this feeling of tiredness, this feeling of giving up in life? Something is causing it. So when you begin to evaluate, it helps you to know the root cause of what you feel at the moment. So you must learn to objectively evaluate your life. Don't push it forward and say all is well. If you are feeling tired and this all is not well, that's the reality. All is not well. So you must be able to evaluate and look at why is it like this. So don't live in denial. Live in acceptance that if you are discouraged, tell yourself, yes, I'm discouraged right now at this moment. If you are tired, it's okay. A lot of people, we ignore it. That's where the negative positivity comes in. We ignore the root cause of the problem and just go on and on and on. No, One way for you to actually stay positive and stay positive consistently is the ability for you to find a solution to the root cause of the problem. When you find the solution to the root cause of your problem, it makes your journey of being positive much more easier. My top point is this, and I've been there before. One of the reasons why most of us feel like we're tired, we are discouraged, we feel like giving up is we've forgotten our why. You've forgotten why you started. When you forget your why, the journey becomes overwhelming. When you forget your why, the journey becomes tired. You begin to allow the struggles, the challenges, the tough times, the obstacles overwhelm you. Why? Because you have forgotten your why, the reason why you started. You are focusing more on the challenges right now instead of the vision you have. You are focusing more on the obstacles on the way instead of why you started. So always remind yourself when you feel tired, when you feel discouraged, when you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what is my why again? I think I've forgotten my why. I need to remind myself, what is my why? Because the energy you need to push forward is in reminding yourself why you started. The enthusiasm you need in pushing forward is in reminding yourself, what was the vision I had at the beginning of starting this business? What was the vision I had at the beginning of going on this journey? If you can remember your why, tell you it's going to push you forward, going to bring this unusual energy in you to remind you that this is why you started. This is who you are. Because in your why, you find identity. In your why, you find passion. You find the reason you love what you are doing. So remind yourself your why. And lastly, I will share with you also again, it's one of the things I do when I feel discouraged, when I feel tired, when I feel overwhelmed is I speak out. A lot of us, we are lone warriors. We fight all by ourselves. The journey of life is a team sport. It's never a solo journey. So don't say, okay, if you are feeling tired, you are bottling it up, everything is within you, nobody is aware, nobody knows what you're going through. That's where most people fail along the way. Have a coach, have a mentor, have trusted people in your corner, in your cycle that you can talk to. Don't bottle it up. Speaking out is not weakness, it is strength. To seek for help is not weakness, it is strength. Once you're tired, you feel discouraged, need somebody to lend you their energy. I tell you, there are some days, and it's a positive energy, but there are some days I'm not also positive. I'm not 100% positive. I'm not up all there. But what do? I have people in my cycle who can lend me their strength. I have people in my cycle who can lend me their energy. So even though by myself I don't have that energy, I have people who are there to support me, who are there to encourage me, who are there to support me. So I encourage you, do not bottle it up. Feeling tired, feeling discouraged, you feel like giving up, it's okay. It's all part of the journey. We've all felt that way before. So don't think you are the first person. Or if I tell them I'm tired, they will think, oh, I'm lazy. Or if I tell them I'm tired, they will think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing now. No, it's okay. If they want to think that way, let them think. But for the fact that you can speak out, because sometimes one thing that lessens the burden is the ability for you to let it out. Let it out in words. Have somebody to listen to you to share. Goes a long way to help you overcome that feeling of tiredness, that feeling of discouragement, and that feeling of giving up. And lastly, I will end with this. For me, positivity is very, very important. That's why I always tell you. When you are positive, you are possible. So in the midst of the tiredness, in the midst of the discouragement, when you stay positive, you are going to stay possible. And in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for you, for me, and for everyone. So thank you so much for listening. I'll give my back to you, Mr. Eric.
Oh, wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, another TED Talk this morning. Wow, I needed that. I don't know anybody else out there that needed it, but I definitely needed that. So we appreciate that. Appreciate that, Zion. And we are going to keep moving. Welcome, everybody. I see Alexis is here. Alexis Skurloff James, welcome to the call. Let's see. I see there's somebody else I saw that I missed. I guess it'll pop up again. But welcome everybody to the call. We appreciate you. Colleen is here. Good to see you. Reese, good to see you. Natasha, thank you for the question, Natasha. Yeah, so definitely put in your questions, guys. Put your questions in there and we will answer your questions. All right, so let's keep going. Our next speaker is all the way in Europe. all the way in England. And if you don't believe me, listen to his accent and you'll believe me that that's where he really is. That's where he really is. You know, he helps people become famous. Now, wouldn't you like to hear from someone that can make you famous, especially in your business, right? He can help you build your business so a lot more people see you and know you, because it doesn't matter how good you are, right? What matters is how many people know about it. How many people know about it? By the way, I just did a video about that. I'll post it today. So you guys are going to see the video. Side note. But anyway, getting back to our speaker. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him. He's helped me a lot, especially in my LinkedIn. And he also helps people write books. So I'm not going to steal his thunder. Let's bring up to the stage Enyi Usong. The floor is yours.
It's amazing shares, everyone. It's amazing shares so far. But look, this is a huge topic, as Mrs. Z said. We've all been through this, and to get here, we have to follow certain steps. That's what we're trying to share with you today. So don't just listen. Take action. Take action, my friends. Look, there's so much I could say. There's so much I want to say, but I can break it down to, I guess, the reality, which is that. Don't overthink it. Stop overthinking it, right? Business is not about thinking necessarily. Business is not about emotions. It's not about motivation. It's not how you feel that you're going to help you do good business or not. Business is about a few core values that we need to have, right? If you're feeling tired, if you're thinking, why? If you're thinking, what am I doing? If you feel like giving up, I fear, you've lost yourself in the world of business, right? And Mrs. Z mentioned it very well. This is the first thing in business is, what are you trying to do? Clarity of mission, right? When I started my business, I wanted to create a marketing agency. That make people famous, right? And 11 years in, my business is nowhere near looking like it was when I started. So I think a lot of people will not. They don't know what is, let alone know why, Mrs. Z. They don't understand, right? What's your what? What are you trying to achieve? See, it matters what you're trying to achieve, because there's more than one way to skin a cat. No cats were hurt in this conversation, by the way. I'm just saying, right? In other words, there's more than one way to get there, right? If you're feeling tired, maybe what you're doing is not aligned with who you are, right? You see, when anyone says, "I want to give up," what you said to yourself is, "Well, I'm not the person who does that," and you don't be that person, right? If you're passionate about your goal, the what, the why, then you have to find a way to stay on the horse, stick on the road. The challenge is part of the journey. No one gets there by a smooth road. So the ups and downs is part of the journey. I can't help you. Read everyone I've ever known, everyone that's ever made $1 million, £1 million, built a real business. Failure was so close. But success is just on the other side of that failure, right? I'm saying you only fail when you give up. So don't give up. Keep going on your mission, right? But to keep going on your mission, you must believe in yourself. You must believe that you're the person who's going to do that thing. Now, my mission was to make people have a voice, and as Eric said, to be visible, right? So in that time, I've done marketing. Now I do books. My point is, we have to trust ourselves and our God that our business will succeed if we do the work, right? And without that faith, what we'll try and do is control everything. Oh, I've tried to sell social media packages. They're not buying it. So I'm a failure. My business has failed. I can't do it. I failed. It's all gone wrong, right? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. No, you're not. I think we will have to have our faith in God that God will show us the right way. Yes, do what you're doing today, but God will show you the right way and the right things to do. That's how I got from marketing to publishing to events. Give yourself the chance to do the things that are aligned with you, the things that excite you, the things that get you results. Start there, right? Be the person who believes in God first of all, right? As Mr. Z said. And then let God show you the way. Be open to opportunities, be open to relationships, be open to new ideas. Don't get stuck with, I just do this, I'm just carry on doing it, it's not working. Oh no, what am I going to do now? No. Be excited about life and let God show you the way. I can't say that enough times, right? So once you're the person who does, you'll be surprised. Your business is going to go in different directions. Now, just stay on the road. Keep working hard. Show up every day. Be consistent. Now, the way you don't rely on emotions is by creating systems. What do you do that makes you money? What's your activity that's stopping you making money today? There's only one thing, by the way. Tackle that thing today. Is it that you're not working hard enough? Is it that you haven't got enough customers? Is it like your systems are wrong? What is it? You're unclear about what your goal is? I say be clear about what your goal is, become the person who achieves that goal, and take the steps that you have to take to get there. Work hard.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mr. Annie. Wow, that was another TED Talk. Incredible. Wow, so many golden nuggets today. Today from all of you. All right, so we're gonna keep it going. So I had some notes here, but I think you guys snuck into my room here and stole all my notes because you said basically what I want to say. But you know what? There are some things I can still add, though. There's some things I can add. First of all, someone told me many years ago that motion creates emotion. Motion creates emotion. What does that mean? When you're feeling down or you're tired or you feel like quitting, by getting up and doing something, you start to get better and you start to move forward, right? But sitting there and just thinking about it and worrying about it, and none of that helps, right? So you have to get up and do something, right? Motion creates emotion. Also, you have to understand that whatever is worthwhile will take some time, and it's going to be harder than you think. So one of my sons that plays football, well, call it soccer in America, football everywhere else in the world, right? He played, and he's really good. He's really competitive and everything. And I was just thinking, all the practices that he goes to, right? All the games that he plays, he has to study and do all his homework before he goes to the practices, and he's working like round the clock because he wants to be a great footballer, right? And sometimes he gets injured, have to take him to the doctor, they have to put a cast on his leg, all the things, and he's not even a professional yet. Imagine what those guys had to go through, the guys that are playing the World Cup right now. Imagine what they had to go through, right? So my point is, that's what we go through in everything, in business and anything. If you want to be top of the top, you're going to go through a lot. And most people underestimate what they have to go through. So they get started in the business like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be rich. This is so awesome. I have this great idea and everybody's going to buy from me. And, and then they launch their business and like 3 people come to their first meeting and all 3 say, no, it's not for me. And like, oh, right. It's like a roller coaster. So they were up, now they're down, right? Now, so they keep talking to people, and then one person says, I'll buy. Now they're up again, right? But then the person said, I changed my mind. My wife said it's not worth it. Then they're down. Then they're down, right? Roller coaster. And that's how business is, and that's how life is. So what can you do when you're in this situation? You're tired, you're discouraged, you're ready to quit. Number one, as someone said before, remember why you're doing it. Right? I know a friend of mine, we used to be in business together, and he's always motivated. No matter what happens, he's like, Eric, we can do it. Don't worry about it. We can do it. And I'm like, what motivates you so much? And he told me that his grandmother, who is 75 years old, still works a job. And he said, I just have to make enough every month to keep her retired, because I retired her because I found out how much she needs. So if I can make that amount of money, she won't have to ever work again. And that keeps him going. Not him, but her, right? That's his why. So what's your why? What will keep you going no matter what? right? What will keep you going no matter what? Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing is, don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. Oh my goodness. Write that down, circle it. Don't make a permanent decision on a temporary feeling, right? You know, sometimes for this call is early in the morning, right? And I wake up and oh my goodness, this is so early. Now I'm not going to make a decision to stop the call because I don't feel good that day, right? You know, so don't make a permanent decision, right? Because you're not feeling well, or someone said something mean, or someone said something, you know. Do you know that some people, not only will they say no to your offer, some people will try to convince you that what you're doing doesn't make any sense, right? Some people will try and talk you out of your own business. Yeah. You know how I know? Because it's happened to me. They tried to talk me out of my own business, right? And so it's going to happen. It could even be a friend. It could even be a spouse. Yeah, I hope they're not awake to hear this. You know, but here's the thing. You have to make that decision that you are not going to quit no matter what. No matter what anybody thinks, says, or does, I will never quit. And you got to say it to yourself over and 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 over. Right? And also look how far you've come. A lot of times, you know, we think we're not where we want to be, but we've come so far. We've done so much, right? Here's a book I want to recommend to you guys. While you were talking, I thought about this book. So it's called Failing Forward. One of the books that literally changed my life. It's called Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. It is an incredible book. Trust me, I don't recommend a lot of books. This one I recommend. Why? Because life is a bunch of failures. Failure after failure after failure after failure, but you're moving forward and you don't even know it, right? This book, I read it like 3 times. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I just pick it up and read it again because it gives you that perspective that this failure is a prerequisite to success, right? If you try to avoid failure, you're avoiding success because you can't get there, right? So read this book, you all, or listen to it on Audible. It is one of the best books I've ever read in my life, for real. Okay. Failing Forward, John C. Maxwell. All right. So that's what I want to share. I think there's one more point I was going to say. Yes. So write this down. Rest, recharge, and refocus. Rest, recharge, and refocus. Right? Don't quit. Just rest, recharge, and refocus. Right? It's going to get better. And like I think some of you said it, surround yourself with the right people. So don't look, if things aren't going well, don't call your negative, broke friend to ask for advice. They're going to tell, you know what they're going to tell you? That things are worse than you think. The world is falling apart. You think yours is bad? Mine is worse. That, you know, by the time you're done, you're gonna be on suicide watch. I mean, you know. So my point is, don't get me. I'm getting carried away. So my point is that stay around positive people. People like Zion, right? Stay around positive people that'll keep you going, and don't quit. Don't quit. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the round of applause and everything. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to keep it going. Wow. We already have some great questions. Definitely put your questions in there, folks. Put your questions in there. What we're going to do right now is I know, let's see. So I know that some of you are new and you don't really know what we do, right? So we're going to share what we do. And then after that, we are going to answer your questions. So remember, put in your questions, put question, and then put your question in there. All right, so I'll get started. So I am the founder and CEO of studiospeaking.com, right? So what is that? It is a platform. It is a platform where people, speakers, coaches, and authors, they fly into my studio and they speak to a live audience and they share their message and monetize their message, right? And it's, you know, one lady, I remember one lady just signed up last week. She spoke on my stage before, but then she did it again. She wants to do it again because she was able to get 3 speaking engagements. She was able to sell over 300 books. She was able to get 4 clients. And she said, wow, this is incredible. I'm doing it again. right? So go to studiospeaking.com. It tells you all about what we do. Watch the video, and if it's something that resonates with you, book a call and we'll chat. Book a call and we'll chat. And by the way, just to loop our topic with what I just said, when I started building this business, a lot of speakers said, no, not interested, not interested, right? They're like, Eric, do you have a website? Not yet, not interested. Do you know anybody? I mean, have you helped anybody on that stage yet? No, not interested. It happened over and over, right? At some point I was tired, right? At some point I was discouraged, right? At some point I was ready to quit, right? Now, when you go on studiospeaking.com, there are 41 testimonials, 41, not 4, 41 people. Video. So this is not just, I didn't just slap a fake testimonial up there. These are 41 people that are talking in the mic and talking about all the benefits they got from speaking on my stage, right? It's because I didn't quit. I believed that what I was doing was helping people, and that's why we're here, right? So let's go around the room. By the way, Carl, if you can just put it in the chat, it's studiospeaking.com. Click on it. There's a 4-minute video, tell you all about it. All right, so we're going to go around the room. We're going to start with Queen Leah and then go around the room. Share with us what you do, how you help people in like a minute or so, and then we will get to the questions. Go ahead, Queen Leah. You can start.
Thank you so much, Eric. This is so many golden nuggets so far. Put something in the chat, your takeaway. My name is Leah Garcia, and I am the Dynasty Builder. I believe that every single one of you to a person are supposed to change your family's life forever. Maybe that means you're a fortune. Maybe it means you're the first person in your family to be debt free. Maybe it means you're the first person in your family to buy a house. I don't know what that means to you, but you absolutely have what it takes because you're here, you're a champion. You want to learn more about me? I invite you to visit my website, which is more like an interactive website. You can download my the Wall of Wealth. You can also download Magic Mother, the treasure map. And with that, how do they find you? Tell us what you do.
Thank you so much, Leah. It's always a good thing to share people what we do because they need to know how we help people, how we support them. For me, if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Zion Inogir. I'm Mr. Positive Energy, a man who is on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, 1 million people at a time. For me, I believe so much that every entrepreneur, we need the power of positivity to be successful. It is not negotiable. You need somebody to hold you accountable. You need somebody to help you go on this journey of positivity that brings you intentional success. Feel free to reach out to me. Let's go on the journey of positivity together. And also, you want to host online events to amplify your voice, amplify your message. We help you do this, put you in front of the target audience, and make you reach out to people and make the impact you need to make. I'm always on LinkedIn. Search Zion Inogiro. The only one you're going to see on LinkedIn, like Mr. Positive Energy, and I cannot wait to get on this journey of positivity with you. With that being said, we have a famous part in the building. Mr. Eddie, I cannot wait to hear you share with us what you do and how you help people.
You're too kind, my friend. You're far too kind. Look, that's it. And I spent my night finishing off our latest book. So, for our friend, our client, that's going to be launched soon enough. So we're just writing it now. So he's going to go to Alexis, our editor, in the comments next, and then we'll publish the book. See that. So obviously, we'll help you write your book, publish your book, and I'm more interested in helping you sell your book these days. So part of me selling your book is working with you to raise funds to pay for your book, to be published and to be marketed. If any of that interests you, let's talk. I'll happily explain what we do and see whether we can help you to get your book out there. That's pretty much me, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to dive right into the questions. The first person that asked a question was our friend Natasha. She said, how do you reframe the experience of uncertainty so that you don't assume the worst just to have a feeling of certainty? Okay. How do you reframe the experience of uncertainty so that you don't assume the worst? Okay, so yeah, let's leave it at that. So you don't assume the worst, because a lot of times, we're uncertain about something and then we just think everything's falling apart, basically. Right. So let's tackle that question. Queen Leah, if you want to start, you can, or you can ask somebody else to start. But go ahead, Queen Leah.
Yeah, I'll keep it off. I want to make sure you can hear me. There was a comment that my mic was going in and out. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me
Uh,
okay?
we can hear you. It's going a little in and out, but we can hear you.
Well, we can hear you on the main, so we can hear what you're saying. So
Okay,
speak.
perfect. All right. So what I would say to this is find 3 things that you have that are certainty in your business. Find the 1, 2, 3 little golden nuggets that are certain. Are you keeping the commitment that you make to yourself? Are you setting your goals? Are you setting the bar high and keeping that standard up? Those are the things to focus on. And we can only control what we can control is our attitude and our activities. If we're looking for uncertainty, we're going to find uncertainty. But if we're looking for certainty, we'll find it. So that's the key. What do you think? What are the goals that you have for us?
Wow. Thank you, John. Because I had to really take it. From the question, the same thing is you had an experience of uncertainty before. And how do you change your mind so that that experience you had before does not affect how you think about the future? See, we've all been through this. And one thing I will tell you is life is based on faith. But the fact you believe yesterday, it did not happen, does not stop you from believing today. You have to keep believing. Of course, all things might not go the way you want it to go. But I tell you, as long as you're on this journey, you have to keep believing. We do not allow our past determine our future. The past is past, no matter what happens in the past. What do? We learn from it. What can you learn? What did the experience teach you? You use that knowledge, you use that energy to keep pushing forward. When we talk about certainty, nobody knows tomorrow. I tell you, nobody knows tomorrow. What you know now is right now. It's this moment. But what do you have? You have faith to keep believing that it will surely come to pass. It will definitely happen. So don't worry about the past. The past is the past. Make sure you keep believing and have faith for the future. So that's my take on that. I cannot wait to hear from the deep wisdom that Mr. Eni will have to share with us on this topic.
yeah, we're going to be saying the same things today, Mrs. Z, for sure. Look, my friends, we've all been there. Someone doesn't pay you, and you're like, oh, they never pay. I never get paid. What am I going to do? I'm going to be bankrupt. You're not going to be bankrupt. The customer says no. They always say no. They don't always say no. They just don't. This is just one that said no. I say no. I've lived this life of anxiety, self-doubt, and almost anger and hatred against everyone. It does you no good, right? It does you no good. Really not. My coach had to tell me in the end, think again. Nothing is always, right? In other words, uncertainty, as Mrs. Z said, believe that things will be better, things will be fine. It's your choice. If you choose to, things, my question, the questioner, my friend, you've done this so many times. You've been uncertain, and then you've said, no, I'm just going to let it go. And guess what? Things turn out all right. So do that again and again, and that's what I have to do these days, right? I don't doubt myself. I don't doubt anyone. I don't doubt people I work with, right? Have faith in yourself. Have faith in God that the world will be fine, and the world will be fine. Strange that, because what you think is what becomes your reality. I'll leave you with that. You think of that for a second, right? Yeah. Eric, please. You're muted, Eric. I don't know why you're muted.
Thank you so much. I don't know. I think I took the question away for some reason. I didn't know what I was doing. Anyway, hey, there's nothing certain about what we do here. It's all uncertain, right? All right. So here's the deal, Natasha. I want you to understand that there is a lot of uncertainty in business, right? So I want you to be prepared for uncertainty, right? That's why I talked about that book, right? Failing Forward. There's a lot of uncertainty in business. When you think you're certain about something and you try something new, then you're uncertain again, right? right? There's uncertainty as to when I get on this call whether the system will work. There's uncertainty, right? Like there's uncertainty about whether someone will pop in and maybe they won't, their feed won't work. Like there's always uncertainty, but you have to just believe in yourself and have a mentor, have somebody there with you that can push you through. Right? Yeah, I've always had mentors. Now I'm a mentor, but I've always had mentors, right? So it's important to get you through that. But great question. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. I know I saw another question. Okay, here we go. So Coral asks, from your perspective, can taking a short break improve your performance and motivation? Can taking a short break improve your performance and motivation? Queen Leah, go ahead.
Yes, upon. Absolutely. I think this is the biggest blind spot for most entrepreneurs. We just try to grind it out. We just say one more call. Sometimes we got to slow down the speed up. And when you say a short break, I mean a short break. It has a start time and an ending time, right? Walk away for the rest of the day. No, take a short break, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes sometimes can totally transform and you get back right. Great question. What do you say, Zion?
Yes. For example, you had a long, tired, feeling weak, and then you went to sleep. When you woke up the next morning, you feel energized, you feel motivated again, you feel alive. I'm sure you have been there before. That's a practical example of how we take breaks and recharge energy. Taking breaks, short breaks, is very good to improve yourself, to improve your health, to recharge so that you can come back better and firing forward. So it's very good to take short breaks, and I would advise you to take, as much as it's convenient for you, it's something you can do. Take a short break so that you can recharge and come back. Mr. Eni, I know you have something deeper to say concerning this, so I'll leave the mic to you.
Yes, look, I think you have to learn to listen to your body, right? If you need a break, then take a break. That's what we have to do. Otherwise, you pay the price, right? Your body doesn't lie. I'm saying that's why we're going to start getting ill. And if you need a rest, take a rest. Can that improve performance? Of course it can. But then look, let's not put performance down to how we feel. I'm determined about this point. I think create the systems to work. You need to work, rest, and play. Equal measure. Work, rest, and play. Make time for those in your day. You've got 24 hours like we all have. Give yourself that time to rest and give yourself that time to have some off work time. That's how you rejuvenate every day, right? If you're doing that, then personally, look, I'm more anxious when I'm not working because I got things to do. That's my problem. So, is that good for me? Maybe not. I'm just telling you what I do, right? Eric, please, shine the light on the topic for us, please.
Awesome. Absolutely. So, like I said earlier, it is important to rest. It is important because a lot of times, because we're tired, because we're disappointed, discouraged, we make decisions we're not supposed to make. So when you rest and you step back, that's why people go on vacations, right? That's why you go on vacation, right? You rest and you step back and like, oh, you know what? Maybe I can tweak this, or it's not as bad as I thought, right? So you look at it from a different perspective. So definitely it's important to rest, to regroup. It's important to work hard, but if you don't rest at all, you become burnt out, right? Okay. So last question here is this question, and then we will wrap it up for today. Okay. This question is by, I thought I pulled it up here. 1 second. Okay, there we go. What daily habits help you maintain momentum when motivation is low? So Carlene, so this is something that we can apply to our business today, right? What daily habits help you maintain momentum when motivation is low? All right, so let's hit this like 1 minute each, and then we will end the call. Go ahead.
Yes, great, Carlene. And motivation leading. You have to have inspiration, right? You're motivated on January 1st to work out. January 2nd, you hit the snooze button, right? It's all of us. We've all done that. And I would say two things. Number one, don't touch the phone. Forget about the habits. The biggest mistake that I see people make is they wake up, suddenly they're on the phone. No, don't do that. Don't take the phone for the first hour. And then secondly, I would say, what I do is focus on one more. When we started Eric, I'm going to do this for the next 2 years. You know what? I can do this one day. Last night, I was so exhausted. I was working hard on a project last night. I was so exhausted. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. You know what, Leah? Champions do our things, and I can do it one more day. And here I am. Say, Zod.
Well, powerful Queen Leah for the habits you practice every day. For me, I'm going to share with you two of the habits I practice every day that helps me keep my momentum and stay motivated. The first thing when I wake up in the morning is I pray. You know, I cannot say this enough. I'm a Christian entrepreneur, and prayer has really helped me so much. I talk to God about my day. And secondly, positive affirmations. I speak to my day. Hey, today is a blessed day. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm amazing. I have what it takes to achieve all my goals today. So I speak to myself. Keep talking to yourself because your word has power. It has the power to create the life that you want to see. It has the power to create the business you want to see. So keep speaking faith-filled words into your life. And I tell you, this has changed my life, and I know it will change yours too. Mr. Eni, I'm sure you have so much when it comes to the daily habits to practice to help you keep motivated.
Yeah, we spend too much time together, Mrs. Z. That's a problem, right? Look, Mrs. Z does her praying. I don't pray as much. No, I meditate. I also do my journaling. And I say when I wake up, first thing I'm going to do is thank God for the good things that have happened and the good things that are coming, right? Now, gratitude is what I do every day. Starts with that. And I'm also gratitude, of course. I'm making my plans for the day. Because as Mrs. Z said, we determine how a day turns out, right? So I will literally state how my day is going to go, and then, like I said, I've said this many times in these events. Hopefully, someone's going to hear me one day, right? Create a system. The system is quite simple. First thing I do is spend an hour on my business. What do I need to do for my business, right? That could be doing posts, trying to get clients, calling. Now, literally work on the business, not in the business, right? And then second hour, I'm going to work on the client's work, and an hour on each client. I keep saying this. Please, someone please hear me, right? So I don't do an hour on each client necessarily. But what I do, I show up for each client. So if I just do 10 minutes, at least I've done 10 minutes of Laverne's work, Yolanda's work. That way, I'm now I'm the person who does that work. I publish books, so I've done books today. I'm excited. Motivation is not the answer. It's about systems. Once I've done, if I do 10 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, maybe tomorrow I'm going to do an hour for each one, maybe more. I get more done. I'm happier. I'm at peace.
Awesome.
Eric, you do bigger work than all of us, so please enlighten us. Big.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, we all have important things to do. Awesome. So for me, I pray as well. One thing I do that keeps me motivated is I plan the day before what I'm going to do. So I don't just get up and say, what do I do today? No, I already have a list of the things I'm going to do today. So I already know what I'm going to do. I listen to a lot of personal development, right? So I'm on Audible. I'm listening to inspiring, motivational people that keep me going no matter what's happening. So like the book I showed you, Failing Forward, right? I have the Audible, I'm listening to it, right? Because we live in a negative world. And if you don't fill your cup with positivity, your cup will be full of negativity. One thing I don't do is I don't listen to the news in the morning. I don't. I never do that. And people think that's weird. Like, wait, you don't want to know what's going on? No. Because 95% of what's going on is negative, and I don't want to start my day like that, right? Like, okay, so what about if you miss out on something that's happening that you need to know? I'll find out. Trust me. If there's an earthquake in Virginia, I'll find out. So I don't fill my brain with negativity because there's so much negativity out there. If you start your day listening to the wars, to the rapes, to the fights, to the politics, to all of that stuff, your day is already ruined from the beginning. Like you wonder why things aren't going well, right? So that's my take. That's what I do. It's been helping me for 20 years. So it's been helping me for 20 years. So people say, yeah, it seems weird, but if you want to be highly successful in life, you have to be weird to the average person. All right, so with that, let us close out today. Appreciate all of you, Zion, Annie, Leah. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, all of you, for joining today. I think I called most of people out. Let's see you, Bella. Sorry if I messed up your name, but welcome to the call. Laverne, welcome to the call. Appreciate all of you. Definitely share this with as many people as you can. Go on to LinkedIn and just do reshare so more people can see this. Send it to people on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. We want to get more people to hear this message every Monday morning. We will be here again next week, Monday morning, same time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. It has been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be here with you this morning. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Eric. Another great show. Thank you so much.